Guess the obvious question, how's Chad and what happened?
Well, we really don't know, so there's nothing I can really say. Obviously, he fell, hit his head. We're obviously taking all the precautions, but at this stage we don't know. So we'll know more later.
Concern more of a head injury or a neck injury, or
Don't know. Obviously, like I say, you're always going to err on the side of being conservative in a situation like that. Anytime it's a head or a neck, and that's what we've done, and we'll see. We'll know more later.
I'm sorry. Did you see the play that led up to it?
I saw the play, but like I said, we'll know more later.
it looked like he gathered his teammates there before he sort of went off. What was sort of the rationale behind that?
It wasn't where we gathered the teammates. I mean, they just wanted to come over. Yeah.
And the reason for letting
Nobody wants to see anybody hurt, so.
and the reason for letting them go early after the team. It seemed like you called
training was long enough. I don't think we called off training early. We started at 10, and I think we ended at about 11:20, 11:25, so, or maybe even later than that.
Nelson Valdez left a little bit earlier than the rest of the team. Seemed to be kind of limp.
He just took a little bit of a shot in the leg, and so we just pulled him out of a precaution. Didn't want it to develop into anything.
And Chad, a player that's had a little bit of a history with head injuries, are you any extra precautious when it comes to a player like that, when it comes to something like this?
Well, you're always going to be a little more conservative, like I said. So we just dealt with it in a very conservative manner, and we'll know more later.
And O'Neal, it looked like he was hobbling a little bit.
Same thing. We got to see. He felt something, so we pulled him at that stage, and we'll see.
And being up there with Chad, I mean, did he move his arms and his legs or anything like that? It certainly seemed like they had him.
Like I said, we'll know more later. I'm not a doctor, so I can't make those analysis. Otherwise I'd have a medical degree and I'd be making more money than I'm making now.
How difficult, I mean, we are Roman already out for the rest of the season. How difficult is it to potentially lose a player of Chad's caliber?
Right now I'm not going to speculate, so right now it's just, it's a situation, like I said, we'll know more about later and we'll address it at that point.
The end of training aside with what happened, you guys have the day off tomorrow. How do you think preparations for LA are going?
Preparations are going fine. I thought we had a good day of training today. We had a good day yesterday with the group that trained, and we had a good day of training today.
Is it hard when an injury, I mean, obviously it's hard. That was stupid, sorry. But how as a coach do you, I guess, deal with ending something like this on a negative note? Is there any message to the team afterwards? Does it change your team's attitude?
So that's something we'll talk about. We've got a weight session this afternoon, and we'll address this on Friday.
Lighter topic of discussion. This weekend you're being inducted into the Soccer Hall of Fame. Just talk about the honor of that now that the occasion's finally here.
Well, obviously it's a great honor. Casey Keller is being inducted as well, and Glenn Meyernick as well. So, to be one of that, I feel very privileged to be one of that group of three. Very honored. Those guys have accomplished a lot of things. Meyernick did a lot of good things as a coach while he was with us. And, obviously Casey's had a fantastic career. So I'm very honored to be part of that group, and I'm very honored to go into the Hall of Fame.
Does it mean any extra something having it be here in Seattle, just kind of with what your career's been here so far with Seattle?
Well, I think it's nice. I think it's nice for Casey and for myself, since since we're both here, and it gives makes it easier maybe a little bit for our families, to get here as well. And also, like to do it in the city that's really been my home now for the last 7 years and 6 years. I don't know, 7 maybe. And obviously for Casey, who's a native of the state, it's a fantastic situation that U.S. Soccer allowed it to happen here.
With so many accolades throughout your career, where would you rank this one?
As you get older, you get some things, so longevity helps you. So I guess I've been around long enough. They ran out of other people to vote for, so they voted for me. But no, it's just, it's something I never expected, when I went into coaching. It's something, that wasn't a goal for me at the end of the day. But it's something that certainly I'm proud of. And, when I was an accountant, I put in everything I could into that, and when I was a soccer coach, I wanted to put in everything I could into that, and to be acknowledged basically by your peers, for having done a good job is a tremendous feeling.
With LA come in, always a hard team to play here at home. What are your thoughts on the upcoming game against the Galaxy?
LA's a good team, and they're a team with a lot of stars right now. They're loaded in that regard, it's always a good game between us and LA. There have been a couple of blowouts, one way or the other. Sometimes, we felt last time that we actually did okay with the group that we played down there against. Took some goals that I felt we shouldn't have really taken. We were taking set piece goals. We've cleaned that up lately, and we got to continue to be clean on that. But it'll be a good game. It'll be a very entertaining match for the fans.
How do you think the background of like Evenschitz and Valdez will help them be ready for kind of the big match that always is between Seattle and LA?
Both of them are used to playing in big games and being involved in competitions where it becomes how can I say it, against rivals and so forth. Evanchitz has done that, for the clubs he's played for and also for the national team, and obviously Valdez has done that as well, so there's been, they've been involved in derby games, they've been involved in big matches, they've been involved in playing in front of big crowds, they've been on big stages, so, this isn't something that's going to, scare them.